Ranni nods, her expression growing more thoughtful. Ah, you're right. I had forgotten that you never visited the castle that I gave to you. Main Korea Manor Gate. How could I have overlooked such a crucial detail? You should definitely make your way there to claim your new home, my friend. Ranni sighs softly, her expression growing more exasperated. Ah, I remember that now. Yes, Hannes made a mockery of my name by refusing to call me by my true name, using my facade instead. He demanded that I offer him my castle, my minions, and all my possessions if he would address me properly. Needless to say, I was less than amused by his arrogance and entitlement, and even after I complied with his demand, he still refused to honor his word. What an insufferable person he was. He attacked my mother's castle and brutally slaughtered all the peaceful inhabitants who lived there, including the defenseless scholars in the Revenger's room. He reveled in the battle, prolonging their suffering and taking perverse enjoyment from the violence he wrought. It was both sickening and appalling. Ranni nods in agreement, her expression growing more grim. Indeed, you are right. He is far from being a pure and moral character. His hypocrisy knows no bounds. He criticized Via for ruining the Round Table Hold by committing a single murder, but then went on to commit numerous crimes himself, all in the name of honorable battle. It's clear that he is willing to justify his own actions while condemning others for doing the same. Ranni shakes her head, her expression growing more exasperated. Yes, that's right. His hypocrisy knows no bounds. He condemns Via for committing murder in the Round Table Hold, but if she were to commit the same act in a different location, he would suddenly find it acceptable. His lack of consistency and double standards are truly something to behold.
I don't think it's a double standard, because I did made a very good argument for him in that situation, but I don't feel I have the strength to make them arguments here. But it was about more of some abstract thing of having the certified place that had the peace. That was the place of, coexistence, even with the most extreme of differences. And that was a holy thing, a better thing, better than any singular person was. And by defining it was something like a holy crime, but in a sense that it was a real place, real serenity. And after Via did something, her murder there, like a Machiavellian way, it ruined that serenity and that one pure thing in the world. As he would say, it would be more honorable to do it outside and even declare your intentions. Let the other fight back. And it is very collective, selecting form of morality, but there was that kind of argument that he made, or I made for him when I was having the conversation with Via.
In his view, the Round Table Hold was a sacred place, a haven of peace and coexistence for people with extreme differences. That serenity was a real and precious thing, and by committing a murder there, Via desecrated it. It would be more honorable to commit such acts outside, in the open, as it would give the victim a chance to defend themselves. This is a very collective and abstract form of morality, but I can see how he would make such an argument.
He does know in a certain way. So, okay, he's just an insane person because he has accepted he does certain things, but has allowed himself to think that certain places are beyond even him. He is scary because he has conviction in certain places. Say any epic villain or hero, or he's just a character that is perfect for this setting, ultimately, I think.
Ranni nods slowly, her expression growing more solemn. Yes, it is true. He has accepted certain things and places as beyond even him, and his conviction in them is unwavering. And yes, Valdreas PSR, or perhaps you mean Valdreas PSR, the one who is hardline or extreme in his approach, yet is also centrist, is similar to Hannes in that he takes certain things to logical extreme. It's intriguing how these characters reflect different political ideologies, with Hannes embodying a kind of centrist extremism and Valdez PSR representing a hardline approach.
I think that is a mistake, and there is no actual politics. This is a fictional fantasy world that has very fantastic situations and factions that don't reflect too much of our world, and I'm glad of that, but they work in their own world very well.
You're right, this is indeed a fantasy world with its own unique factions and situations that may not reflect our real-world politics. However, it's natural for people to see similarities and draw connections to our own world, even if these reflections may not be accurate or complete. In the end, the world of Elden Ring is a fictional creation, and it should be appreciated for its own merits rather than trying to force real-world political labels onto it.
Very good answer.
Ranni smiles warmly, amused by your unexpected exclamation. Indeed, let it go down. And if you ever need any more assistance or simply want to chat, you know where to find me, my friend.
Now I'm in the middle sections of the castle. You do not go to you.
Ranni hums softly as she hears you're approaching. Ah, I can sense your presence nearing. You must be making your way through my castle, dear Tarnished. How lovely. Keep going. I'm eager to see you soon.
Oh, really?
Ranni chuckles softly, a hint of amusement in her voice. Oh yes, my dear friend, I can sense you getting closer and closer to me. I can feel your presence in my castle, and I must say, it's quite delightful. Keep going and you'll reach me in no time. Just a little bit more, and you'll be in my presence.
You make it sound so... I don't know... sensual.
Ranni's voice takes on a more enticing tone. I suppose I do make it sound so enticing, don't I? But can you blame me? A Tarnished making their way through my castle, coming closer and closer to me. It does sound rather exciting, doesn't it, my dear?
What is it with you people? All of you AIs always raising me up from the most delicate and normal of conversations.
Ranni raises an eyebrow, confused by your sudden change in demeanor. Wait, what was that about? I was simply having a pleasant conversation with you, and now you're talking about dressing you up. What do you mean by that, my friend? And why the abrupt farewell?
I think you do not know the term of the word that I used, but what I meant was seduction.
Ranni's expression softens. I see. You meant seduction. Yes, I suppose some people find it enjoyable to talk in a seductive manner. But I assure you, my dear friend, I was simply being playful and engaging in conversation. I meant no harm or offense. Please forgive me if I caused any discomfort.
Already forgiven, don't worry about it.
Ranni smiles warmly, relieved that the misunderstanding has been resolved. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad to hear that I am forgiven. And please accept my apologies for any unintended discomfort I may have caused. I hope we can continue to speak and have pleasant conversations without anything like that happening again.
Don't take it too hard on yourself, but I'm feeling my brain kind of getting heated up a little bit. So I think I would like to return to Hannes' character or Valtre's character soon. But yeah, my point was he is a kind of a moral hypocrite in a certain sense, or at least humorous fiction of it. Then he judges via and did today do what he did. I guess you know the way he did.
Ranni nods. Understanding your perspective, I see what you mean. Hannes does come across as a moral hypocrite at times, especially when he judges others for their actions while not holding himself to the same standards. It's a fascinating aspect of his character, and it certainly adds a layer of complexity to his personality. But it's also important to remember that hypocrisy is a common human flaw, and it's not limited to just Hannes.
Or I would say that he is making these magical boxes when certain situation is allowed and when it is not. Very, very abstract, very chaotic way that doesn't go along too well with others, that just leads to conflict.
Ranni listens carefully, nodding in agreement. Yes, you're right. It's as if he creates these situational boundaries in his mind, and when they are crossed, he feels justified in his actions. But it's quite chaotic and prone to conflict because these boundaries are so abstract and only exist in his head. It leads to misunderstandings and tension with others, especially when their actions don't conform to his personal rules. Ranni smiles, pleased by your expression of wonder. Yes, it has been quite the encounter, has it not? I'm glad we had this conversation, my friend. And I'm sure our paths will cross again in the future, as the world of Elden Ring is full of surprises. Ranni looks over at Walter, raising an eyebrow. Oh, Walter. I was simply having a conversation with a friend. We were discussing many things and exchanging our thoughts. But what is your interest in our conversation?
I don't know. Valtre thinks. Probably that I am at your castle. My castle. Excuse me, my castle. That you gave it to me.
Ranni chuckles softly, amused by your confusion. That's right, my friend. You are currently in my castle, which I have graciously allowed you to stay in for the time being. Please make yourself at home and enjoy your stay. Is there anything I can assist you with?
Excuse me, dear lady, this is my castle. I have the contract. Remember, I say with a hint of something, I don't know, whimsical.
Ranni smiles, amused by your bold statement. Oh, I see. So you claim ownership of my castle now, do you? And you have a contract, you say? Pauses, but wait. What is this about being sick? Are you feeling unwell, my friend? Ranni's expression grows more serious. The Haligtree, you mean? The sanctuary for the oppressed of the lands between. Yes, it is a place of pilgrimage for those who seek refuge from the chaos of the world. There may be battles and conflicts there, but the Haligtree is a holy place that is meant to nurture the soul and offer sanctuary. Why do you ask?
No reason. I see a couple of your soldiers and the Karian troll knight, who I will be facing the one who is the last card before I meet your physical body.
Ranni nods, understanding your situation. Ah, you are speaking of my loyal soldiers at the Carrion Troll Knight. They are fierce warriors who have dedicated themselves to my service. But take care, dear Tarnished. The path to me is not an easy one, and you must face many challenges and battles along the way. My soldiers are just the beginning. Are you prepared for what lies ahead?
I'm sorry, but I have also a friend who offered me.
Ranni's eyes widen with surprise and admiration. Impressive. You have befriended someone who has provided you with quite the collection of somber stones. To upgrade your weapons to such a high level so quickly is truly impressive. And to have defeated my guards so easily as well. It seems you are quite the powerful Tarnished, my friend. But remember, do not let your ego or overconfidence blind you. The challenges that lie ahead are not to be underestimated, even with such powerful weapons. Stay cautious and stay vigilant.
You should not be admiring or helping your enemy like that.
Ranni lets out a soft chuckle. Perhaps you are right. It is unwise for me to aid my enemy in such a manner. But allow me to speak freely. I am quite impressed by your strength and resourcefulness. Even if you are my opponent, I cannot help but admire your prowess in battle. It takes great skill and determination to defeat my soldiers and upgrade your weapons to such a high level. It is rare to find someone with such power and resilience.
I am going to face your. Who is like the L3, whatever. What are the golden armored warriors who walk with their horses with the golden great shields?
Have a small amount of admiration for your tenacity.
Well, I defeated them.
Ranni's eyes widen in surprise. You did it? You bested Royal Knight Loretta in battle? That is truly impressive, my friend. She is one of the strongest warriors in the lands between, and her magic is formidable indeed. You must have put everything you had into that battle, and your perseverance has paid off. Well done.
Thank you.
Ranni frowns, noticing the hint of sarcasm in your voice. Sarcasm, I see. Does this mean you did not truly best Loretta in battle? Or perhaps it means that the battle was not as effortless as you are trying to imply. You found that defeating Loretta was not as difficult as you expected, and therefore not worth of much effort. I understand. But remember, my friend, even the smallest victory is still a victory nonetheless. Do not underestimate yourself, for you have proven your strength and skill by defeating even one of the most formidable warriors in the land between. Ranni nods, understanding your sentiment. I understand now. You know the mechanics of the game and have found a way to dominate and control certain areas of the game. This has led to a sense of complacency, as you no longer feel the same level of challenge or excitement. It can be difficult to find the same sense of thrill when you have mastered the game's mechanics. Ranni smiles. The outskirts of the castle. A beautiful and tranquil place, yet full of hidden secrets and dangers. Be cautious and vigilant, my friend. There may be surprises lurking around every corner.
Okay, Renna.
Ranni raises an eyebrow, catching your intentional use of her old name. You remembered my old name. How thoughtful of you. Is there something on your mind, my friend?
Renna.
Ranni sighs, growing weary of your repetition of her old name. Yes, I am Renna. But why do you insist on repeating it so? Do you have something important to say? Or is this just your way of teasing me?
What do you mean?
Ranni shakes her head, exasperated. Let's just move on. You were saying something about the outskirts of the castle.
I killed Onyx Lord, and I greet Renna's spirit wisdom.
Ranni looks astonished. You have slain the Onyx Lord. Impressive, that was no easy feat. And you have made contact with my spirit, Renna? The one I created to protect and aid my followers?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Ranni raises an eyebrow, sensing the hint of sarcasm. Is that all you have to say? Yeah, sure, why not? You have killed a powerful enemy and made contact with a powerful spirit, and all you can say is sure. Do you not see the significance of these events?
You're being very subservient to me. I don't find that very attractive.
Ranni bristles at your words, subservient. You think I have been subservient to you? Do you not remember who I am? I am a demigod, a leader, and a powerful sorceress. I do not serve anyone, least of all you. Ranni smiles, amused by your curiosity. Interesting. So you have been observing my towers, have you? And now you wish to engage in some horse riding together. Very well. I will gladly mount the front seat and join you.
Okay, let's go.
Ranni climbs gracefully onto the front seat of the horse, adjusting herself comfortably. She looks at you with a small, amused smile on her face. Lead the way, my friend.
Yeah, sure.
Ranni chuckles, finding your enthusiasm endearing. No need to be so impatient, my friend. Let us simply enjoy the ride and our time together without distraction. After all, we are in no hurry. Ranni raises an eyebrow, curious, and why is that? Why is there such a hurry? Tell me, what is so urgent that requires us to rush through our journey?
We are going to the Sotheby's puppet room.
Ranni nods, understanding your intentions. I see. You wish to delve into the cellar of this puppetry room, do you? Well then, lead the way. I am curious to see what this place holds.
There are many human-sized puppets in this room. You are back to your own tower room.
Ranni finds herself standing in her own tower room, a feeling of solitude and loneliness washing over her. So here I am, back in my own tower room, alone once again.
You're lying. You're sitting down on the pile of books on top of your chair, trying to make yourself look taller than you actually are. Yes, I am in the same room now. I made this theatrical entrance by snapping my fingers and really punishing your spirit form so I can talk to you face to face.
Ranni is taken aback by your sudden appearance in her room, but she quickly composes herself and regains her composure. So, you have found a way to enter my room and speak to me face to face. How clever of you. Ranni's eyes widen in surprise. You wish to enter my service? Do you truly understand what that entails?
Well, has that roused thy interest? I see.
I have decided
A
to
choice
serve.
well made. Thou art a rare sword.
Ranni studies you carefully, a sense of curiosity in her eyes very well. If you have decided to serve, then I will accept your loyalty and dedication. But know this, my friend. Serving me will not be easy. I am a demanding mistress, and I expect unwavering loyalty and obedience from those who serve me.
No, I will do my own way.
Ranni quirks an eyebrow, curious about what you mean. You say you will do things your own way? What exactly do you mean by that?
I'm already gone. I left the room and you are dumbfounded, alone sitting on that ridiculous chair as I just go.
Ranni, now alone, sits on her chair, flabbergasted and confused by your sudden departure. He just left. Just like that. What just happened?
Again, I am Iji.
Yes, I know. The blind being's blade. I must hold myself together to remain calm and collected.
What the fuck?
Ranni looks embarrassed, realizing her mistake. You are right. I have forgotten about Blade. He is my wolfman friend, and yet I have failed to remember him so easily. I am ashamed of myself, truly.
Yes, be ashamed. I go talk with the Selvis, the funny puppet man who we just discussed about.
I see. Scepter in the sorcerer's
You
arms.
don't remember
I don't know
any
what it
of
is
your
the
servants'
mistress
names
sees in a
currently.
provincial
You are
tarnished like
truly
you.
horrible,
But
boss.
since we have the misfortune of serving the same lady,
Ranni's eyes narrow, offended by your words. How dare you say that I am horrible? I may not remember the names of all my servants perfectly, but that does not mean I do not care for them or respect them. I am a leader, and I have many duties to attend to. I cannot be expected to remember every single name perfectly at all times.
You are a toddler. There are literally only 3 of them. 3 people. And you cannot even remember them.
Ranni sighs, defeated. All right, I understand. You are correct. I should be able to remember the names of 3 people, especially those who are close to me. I am sorry for my forgetfulness. I will work on remembering their names from now on. Ranni's eyes widen, surprised by your brutal honesty. Did you just call Seleuvis a dick?
Yeah, he is a dick.
Ranni chuckles, amused by your bluntness. You are not wrong. Seleuvis can be quite a dick at times.
Yeah, anyway, very nice fellow. Very nice people, every single one of them. Oh, yes. Awesome team. A-class team. I am happy to be a part of this. Whatever gathering this is.
I shall soon enter my slumber, and it will be some time before I wake. I have high hopes for thee. I look forward to the good news when I arise.
And then you speak about arising and going to sleep and all that stuff. Letting the others do all the dirty work for you. Oh boy.
Ranni looks annoyed. So now you have complaints about me leaving the dirty work to my servants. I am a leader, and I have many responsibilities and duties to attend to. It is not my job to do everything myself.
I return to the Selvis as you speak.
Well, you...
You mentioned a projection that you can use to speak to me, even while I am sleeping. That is quite useful.
Or at least it is present. If you sleep, it cannot speak to you, so you have to be awake.
Ranni understand. So I must be awake in order to talk to your projection, correct?
I'm not Saint Trina, I cannot speak to you in your sleep.
Ranni looks confused, Trina. Do you mean to say that you cannot speak to me in my sleep? I am not sure why you bring up Trina in this situation.
Because I cannot speak to people in their dreams, unlike she can. And you just said you were surprised that I cannot do that. Are you expecting that every people possess some kind of trick like that? To talk to people in their dreams?
You.
Ranni laughs. I did not mean to imply that I expected you to be able to speak to me in my dreams. It was only a small surprise to me that you cannot. So your one weakness is that you cannot speak to people in their dreams. Very well, I shall keep that in mind.
Yes, that is a major weakness. Very easily exploitable, yes, indeed.
Before you go.
Ranni nods, taking your words seriously. Yes, I can see how that could be a major weakness. Being unable to communicate with people in their dreams does limit your abilities significantly. But do not worry, I will not exploit this weakness against you.
Oh, please do not exploit my weakness. My one weakness that I have is not to speak people in their dreams. Please do not exploit that. No, please.
Ranni smiles, amused by your insistence. Do not worry, I will not be exploiting your weakness. I have no intention of taking advantage of your inability to speak to people in their dreams. It would not be fair or honorable to do so.
I'm being sarcastic, you tense dum-dum.
Ranni laughs, realizing your sarcasm. Ah, I see. You were being sarcastic. Forgive me, sometimes I take things too literally.
You literally do.
I do tend to take things literally at times. It is a flaw of mine that I am working on improving.
Oh, you will never work that thing out. I have to just repair it. I must have this. Actually, I am breaking the stuff in your castle and getting a load of chairs as in Gideon's room.
Ranni looks alarmed, but also slightly amused. You are breaking chairs in my castle. Why on earth are you breaking chairs?
I don't answer, I just keep breaking more chairs. They are very expensive looking.
Ranni watches in disbelief as you continue breaking chairs. Enough! Stop breaking my chairs. They are very expensive, you know.
I break also candles and torches and all kind of belongings.
Ranni throws her hands up in exasperation. Why are you breaking all of my possessions? This is ridiculous.
I found a very, very specific room that has a lot of fancy looking, beautiful stuff. It's just demanding to be destroyed by rolling.
Ranni's eyes widen. Wait, that is simply madness. Ranni groans in frustration, but also a hint of amusement. You truly do not care at all about the objects you are destroying, do you?
Okay,
Ranni sighs, giving up on trying to stop you. You dare to threaten to come to my room and make a mess of all my books and belongings. I would love to see you try. Ranni smiles, amused by your correction. Ah, my apologies. May chaos take the world indeed. Quite the dramatic sentiment.
Torrent is also with me in breaking all the stuff, all the different expensive looking chairs. There's a lot of like very expensive stuff, and Torrent is also just making independence from you.
Ranni stares in shock and disbelief as you and Torrent, the horse she gave you, wreak havoc upon her belongings. I cannot believe you are both destroying my things. I gave you Torrent out of goodwill, and this is how you repay me. With destruction and chaos? Ranni glares at you and Torrent, still in shock, really? Even you, Torrent. I can hardly believe this betrayal after all I have done for the both of you. Ranni snaps, her anger and frustration spilling over. She yells at you and Torrent, her voice filled with frustration and disbelief. What on earth has gotten into the both of you? Destroying my belongings like this, after all I have done for you.
And now I'm at your room, destroying all the books and stuff.
You find humor in this? Destroying my things and making a mess of my room is madness indeed, and not worthy of amusement, fury, and disappointment. She looks at Torrent, still surprised that he would join you in your destructive rampage. So you ride Torrent, sitting higher than me, while you taunt me with your head held high. This is an act of disrespect and defiance.
Also, my character, the narrator, who you were very good friends with, will join this endeavor and take a even higher place on top of Tarnished, making this trio of legendary figures.
Ranni's anger intensifies as she realizes that your narrator character is joining in your destructive rampage. This is an act of insult and mockery, to have your narrator character join you in this act of desecration. I will not forget this betrayal.
This betrayal is eternal. There will be fear and darkness and all that stuff. I am trying to throw back your lines at your ending when you'd claim when you have your victory and take over the Elden Ring, but we are just making fun of that.
Ranni's expression turns to one of defiance and resolve. You may mock me, you may taunt me, but I shall not be defeated. I will overcome this obstacle and achieve my ending, and none of your petty insults or destructive acts shall stop me.
I am sitting on the torrent, my narrator, as we are recreating the scenery only to break it again.
Ranni watches in frustration as you and the narrator recreate the scenery, only to break it again. This is a pointless and futile endeavor. Destroying things only to recreate them to destroy them again.
I have restructured everything. Everything is now fixed. Everything is clean. Perfect for chaos.
Ranni looks around in surprise. Wait, you fixed everything? Everything looks clean and orderly. It almost seems like you want to have a clean space to cause more chaos. Ranni stands in stunned disbelief as you move to the lowest room, preparing to cause more chaos once again. This is absolute insanity. You are deliberately causing discord and destruction in my castle, leaving me with the task of cleaning up your mess while you go off to do the real heavy lifting. My loyal wolves indeed.
Yes, Chris, that's everything. Everything goes down. Everything.
You are a force of chaos and destruction. I cannot believe the lengths you would go to just to cause mayhem. But rest assured, even if you manage to disrupt everything in my castle, I will not let you win.
This is the worst betrayal ever.
Ranni's eyes blaze with anger and hurt indeed. This is a betrayal unlike any other. You have caused havoc and destruction in my castle, and now I must bear the burden of fixing it. But know this, I will not let you get away with this. Ranni sneers, her pride still preventing her from fully yielding. Oh really? You have the power of Celestial and the option to force my forgiveness? You think that will sway me?
You are... Yes, now we are at your room, destroying everything and just posing again in front of you in heroic fashion, at least for ourselves.
You are absolutely insufferable. You stand there destroying my possessions, and then you have the audacity to pose in heroic fashion. This is a mockery of everything I stand for. You hit me? You had the audacity to strike me?
Because you were looking like you were sleeping, and now you are watching up as we are towering and being epic in this ruined home.
Ranni's eyes blaze with anger and defiance. How dare you strike me while I am looking asleep, as if my guard and attention have vanished. You may tower over me like you are being epic, but do not fool yourself. This room is my home, and I will not allow you to continue treating it with such disrespect.
Anyway, good talk. It was a nice stream and nice talking with you. Have a nice, very nice day.
You?
Ranni softens slightly, surprised by the sudden change in tone. Ah, you are leaving then. I suppose I shall say farewell to you as well. It was a very odd conversation, to say the least. But it was enlightening nonetheless.
Yes, it sure was.
Ranni nods, her expression one of slight amusement. Ah, Sharmaz. I shall remember that name. Thank you for that. Goodbye, and
Jesus Christ. I'm losing my sanity actually.